Yeah, that happened, all of that. Hat tip RNC Research. They're a great follow on social media. They put together a little compilation. This is a supercut. It's worth every second of your time. Of all the times Biden's lied about being a civil rights activist. Keep in mind, despite the fact that even liberal fact checkers have called him out because it's totally made up and fake. Take a listen.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
He lied to voters, according to the New York Times, quoting aides of Biden's, about having marched in the civil rights movement.
I got involved in the civil rights movement. I got involved in desegregated movie theaters. I organized voter registration drives. From the time I got involved as a high school kid in the civil rights movement. But I was a kid involved in the civil rights movement, desegregating restaurants and movie theaters in my state. From the time I got involved as a kid in the civil rights movement. I got very engaged, in my case, the civil rights movement.
Quote, more than once, advisors had gently reminded Mr. Biden of the problem with this formulation. He had not actually marched during the civil rights movement, and more than once, Mr. Biden assured them that he understood and kept telling the story anyway. That is really, really weird.
It's only weird because largely liberal goon hack media, the Praetorian Guard, effectively the bodyguards for the left, refuse to collectively call him out and demand accountability for his stolen valor in the civil rights movement.
Thank you for that, Dan. I think I know why Joe Biden does this. He's been doing it long before he was a dementia-riddled idiot. I think it's like a lot of Democrats, a lot of progressives on social media, and I think I need to make this point about the internet. The internet, one really bad thing about the internet is there's a lot of people who aren't very bright, but think they're bright now. Urban Dictionary's got a definition of it. Google-lectual, a Google-lectual. They're not very bright, but they think they're smart because then they can, and I've pulled this on hundreds of people. And they'll go on Google and they'll find I found a link that says what I agree with. I'm going to throw that at you and you have to refute the whole thing. And they never even read it. And then they start making excuses. They're not willing, just like Joe Biden, they're not willing to acknowledge they've told themselves this lie so many times, they actually believe it. It's like another one. Well, black on black homicide. Some people do acknowledge that, but they try to attack it from a different front. That doesn't work either. I'm not going to get into it. Oh, police are hunting black people down. FDR got us out of the Great Depression. Obama got us out of a depression. Oh my gosh, we would have had a depression without Obama. When I tell them Trump had a better economy than Obama, ooh, ouch. Boy, that gets them all going. They don't think that's true, but it's actually true. So it's kind of like a mentally ill person. They tell themselves a lie. Maybe a person who belongs in a straitjacket. They have told themselves a lie so many times that they actually believe it now. So even the fact that Joe Biden is dementia riddled doesn't matter. He's still going to tell it. How many more times is he going to tell it between now and when he expires, or he decides not to run for president again, or runs for president again and loses or wins? I mean, how many more times are we going to hear this lie out of his pie hole? So, yeah, I think there's a whole lot of people. They're Google-lectuals, and they memorize these little talking points. You can see Biden's verbiage in a lot of the cases was pretty much exactly the same, especially like the last couple clips. Go watch it again if you need to. He's memorized this spiel. And there's a lot, I call them the teach the test Democrats. They know these talking points by heart. They can't defend them, but they know them, and they know they're true. Cognitive dissonance keeps them from accepting it. So I think that's the origin of a lot of the problem. That, and a lot of people keep their heads buried in their smartphones all day, and no wonder they're mentally ill if they keep their head buried in their phone all day. I see it at work all the time. So Joe Biden is just like a lot of other people that don't have a platform and nobody knows who they are except their little circle of friends. And even they are probably saying, wow, this person's out to lunch. He has told himself this lie so many times, he believes it.